Hola.
Hello everyone, my name is Heidi, and today I'm going to speak to you about abortion. We all came from our mother's wombs. We were all the fetuses inside our mother's wombs at some point, and she was pregnant with each and every one of us at some point in our lives, very early on in our lives. Because of that, this is applicable to everyone, either because we've all been the fetus in our mother's womb, and chances are most of us or our spouses, or already, are going to be pregnant with their children at some point. And even if you're not going to be and not wanting children, you at least will know someone who will be pregnant or even dealing with an unintended pregnancy at some point in their life. As a health promotion major, this is very near and dear to my heart. It's very sad to see that culture accepts abortion in such a way when there's scientific proof to show that it's not just a fetus growing inside, but it's a human life. Abortion doesn't show Christian values at all, and God really hates that it's happening. It's a type of murder, and it's very sad to see. Abortion is a common occurrence in culture today, but it's not advancing culture in positive ways, but devaluing life and causing people to avoid the real issues. So in this speech, I'm going to be speaking more about how this isn't dealing with the real issues, but other alternatives that are needed in order to have these issues solved, as well as how it devalues life and how present abortion is in our culture today and throughout the entire world. As stated, this is a major problem in the world. It's very with what culture believes and it's very accepted, but it's so against what God believes and his values. The World Health Organization said that there's 56 million abortions each year throughout the entire world. In America, we can't know the exact number because although abortion's legal, the federal government doesn't require it to be documented by each state. So states can be having many abortions and not documenting them to the federal government. In Psalm 139:13, it says, "For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb." This is such an important verse because it truly shows how God knit us together and how he intended each and every life that was made to be lived out. And he made them for a purpose and a reason. And that purpose wasn't to be aborted before they could even see life. Because of this sadness and this verse stated above, it shows how abortion devalues the human life. It's not our job as humans to decide who gets to live and who gets to die. And that is why abortion is such an issue, because it gives this mother who made the decision to conceive a child, even if it was unintended, and then they don't get the decision on whether or not that child should live. That's God's job. We also see that abortion causes people to not take responsibility for their actions. Planned Parenthood, who is one of the biggest providers of abortions in America, as well as many other contraceptive and sexual health issues, they said that it's most important, what matters is the decision of the person. That's all that matters in this abortion process. However, I would completely disagree with that because the life of the child matters just as much as the life of the mother, and both need to be taken into great consideration. One of the main arguments for people that are pro-choice is that women should be able to have an abortion if there was rape or incest involved. However, according to the article Abortions in America, less than 1% of abortions are caused from rape or incest. And even though that is still a small percent and it's a very sad situation, there's many other options that can be much more beneficial for the mother and the baby than abortion. Adoption is one of these great options. There are thousands of couples in even the United States that can't have their own children and want that more than anything. Yet there's also these young women and even older women that are choosing to terminate their pregnancies when they could be helping the lives of these couples who are striving for that so much more. So in summary, abortion is such an issue in our culture, and that needs to be changed from us, especially as Christians. It's so against what God believes, and it devalues human life, as well as people really aren't, the real issue isn't abortion here, it's people aren't taking responsibility for their issues when having an abortion. They're just trying to get rid of their issues and having selfish thoughts on that. However, as Christians, we need to be very supportive of these women and help them along the way and gain perspective that, yes, everyone makes mistakes, but we can help them to not make more mistakes by aborting their child, but adopting it to a loving family or someone who will love them more, or to decide to keep the child, because that's amazing too, and children are a huge blessing. So I'd like to thank you for listening and have a great day.
Woo! Good job, Heidi.